Thanks so much. I think part of the reason why I'm here too is that these students here, and I'm so proud of them, actually receive policy change on a local level. They actually change policy. So when we think about Project Citizen, I hope that you think about when you go back with your students that this is a program that is trying to evoke and potentially could change policy. These kids have seen through Project Citizen that they do have voice and can evoke change at 11 years old and 12 years old. I actually graduated from the Kelley School of Business here at IU in the mid-90s and worked at Merrill Lynch and was in the retirement tax law, on the retirement tax law side. Traveled about 320 days a year from Oklahoma to California and met with different Merrill Lynch financial advisors and talked about loopholes in the tax system to save people thousands of millions of dollars over the long haul. What happened in Arizona, I was running one night in Arizona and caught an airborne virus that I thought was a stomach flu. And in 48 hours, I mean, you remember your late 20s, when you get sick, people are like, that's just the way it is, you're getting older. So that's what I thought for about 48 hours. I'm just getting older. I'm just feeling really miserable. At the time, I told my girlfriend, I said, I think you might need to take me to the emergency room. I can't eat. I can't hold anything down. I'm shaking. And she took me there. And when my blood draw came back a few hours later, they said, we're going to have to knock you out. We're going to have to put you on. Your kidneys are failing. If we don't do this, if we don't set up dialysis now, you're going to die. So within 48 hours, I went from being a healthy, functional business person to sitting in a dialysis center on dialysis. And needless to say, there's a paradigm shift when that happens. As to, if I die today, am I going to be proud of the life that I've lived? And at that point, when I really evaluated things, and a lot of my friends are still in business, so in no means am I trying to slam the business community. I'm proud of the time that I served there. But I knew sitting in a dialysis center, this isn't where I was supposed to be. And how can I take the skills that God has given me and apply them to society and make this a better place? So that's when I went back into teaching. What I wanted out of my students, and what I wanted was voice. I wanted them to have voice. And that's what's kind of led me to Project Citizen.
Hello, my name is Jessica Langley. This is Joe Orey, Morgan Matt. One of my favorite Project Citizen memories is just learning the importance of working hard and preparing for our speeches. It really paid off in our state championships. I remember early in the year going to our local library to research.
Hello, I'm Joe Ulrey, and my favorite Project Citizen memory was getting to do actual water quality testing at White Lick Creek in the White River. We worked with partners and learned the positive and negative ranges of orthophosphates, macroinvertebrate, pH, nitrogen, turbidity, and dissolved oxygens.
My favorite memory of Project Citizen has to be when we had the opportunity to visit with Governor Daniels. We had 30 minutes in his office, one-on-one, to discuss our water quality findings, our concerns about erosion along the White River, and citizens not cleaning up their septic tanks.
In particular, a lot of my students, some students have had surgery, some students are on vacation, and these are three of my students with the least voice when they came into the classroom. Morgan plays a lot of basketball, and I literally watched Morgan and her mother fight in the hallway because her mother was saying, you need to go to basketball practice. This is important. Basketball is more important. And Morgan was like, and this is a girl who never said anything, and this past year was like, I'm staying here. I'm part of this team. Project Citizen is more important than basketball to me, and the reason why I'm going to Stanford is because of things like Project Citizen, not because of basketball. Woo! But also, we can make this fun, we can make this exciting, and I'll tell you how we kind of get started in my classroom. These are all Project Citizen activities that we've done. We've done rafting, canoeing, parkour. This originated in Africa, a blend of martial arts and cross-country running and gymnastics. And it's something that these kids have had the opportunity to do with the IU team here, and that's all based through Project Citizen. I'll talk more about that. And also get involved in triathlons, and Joe's a very good long-distance runner. Joe, I've been proud of your progress there. Future real-world and current community application. This is so important to use Project Citizen to give back to the community. That is very, very important. We always have a service learning, a community project, so we can really look at what we've done in the community and solving real-world problems. These kids have tackled issues such as flooding in the local area, an algae bloom that could have potentially killed thousands of fish in Indianapolis, and also things like student obesity. There's been 3 or 4 kids in my classroom who last year who did healthcare lost over 20 pounds. And we're talking about 12-year-olds. Well, it's also important for me, not just for these kids to change policy, but for them to start building inroads into the community. Who are the community leaders? And I want my students to know them. I want my students to build relationships with them. So when they see them in the grocery store, when they see them in school, when they go to town council meeting, they're going to be able to go up and talk to them. That's important in community for kids to feel that they can do those things. We have to be committed to it, the students, but also the families. I think families are a big piece in this. I feel like it's important that every time we finish Project Citizen, that they can look back on it and say, we made a lasting impression in this community. We work with senior citizens on preventative health care. We schedule more medical visits than the seniors had last year. We've built and we have an exercise trail. We're still taking care of the river that we signed on to 2 years ago. Something else is respectful conflict. This is something we addressed yesterday. Each Friday we have a Lincoln Douglas debate format. This is still, I debated here at Indiana University for the IU debate team, and we use the Lincoln Douglas debate format, which I think is effective in a classroom. And we debate every Friday an issue. I mean, it could be philosophy, it could be religion, it could be political. Because I want them hitting issues that are close to home, but learning how to have conflict, but with rules of engagement. We have high expectations. We've addressed that. It is very high expectations in the classroom. Students, they'll meet those. If we set them, they'll meet them, whether it's behavioral or academic. And student limitations, I think that's important to address to kids, is for them to truly know that you don't believe that they're limited. There are no limitations, actually. These kids, when they started getting involved in hands-on work, they're like, wait a minute, we can't do it. We don't have limitations. And last year, standardized test scores were higher than the peak kids. This year, absolutely devastated the peak kids in standardized testing, and we don't even prep for tests. We don't even do test prep.
Could they, when they go to talk to Dr. Bennett, please give them that message? That message?
Exactly.
But we do hit our standards through hands-on learning, and the learning is a byproduct of the adventure. You know, it's a byproduct of the adventure. They had to, in Mooresville school system, had to redefine the PEAK program because it was so glaring that these students had done so much better that 50% of this class qualified for PEAK. And it's funny, just